Well, student, very good morning to everyone. As you know, last week we studied about chapter number second of economics, that was sectors of Indian economy. But today we will start new chapter number third, money and credit. And today we will discuss about the previous knowledge of money and credit. And before it, we will discuss, we will summarize whatever we studied in previous chapter. It was sectors of Indian economy. So all the students, you can reach on page number 34. Summing up, we have to sum up whatever we studied in this chapter. In this chapter, we studied about private and public sector. In this chapter, we studied about organized and unorganized sector. Also, we studied in this chapter comparative study of all three economic sector. It was primary sector, secondary sector, and tertiary sector. It means how much the activities of human is necessary in which sector of economy, because of in what way we can increase the economy of the nation, and thereafter we can increase the per capita income. That's why it is necessary to think about how much workforce, how much human being activity must be done in which sector, thereafter we would be able to increase economy of the nation. You studied in this chapter, most of the person, more than 50% workforce, it means men or people, they are working in primary sector, agricultural sector. Despite of it, we are not able to get uh, a largest proportion in GDP from primary sector. But a few number of persons are working in tertiary sector, and we are getting a largest share of GDP from tertiary sector. That's why this is the need of our. We have to shift from agricultural activity to tertiary sector. Okay, summing up. In this chapter, we have looked at way of classifying economic activities into some meaningful groups. What are the meaningful groups? It means one way of doing this is to examine whether the activity relate to the primary. What are the activities that are related to the primary activities, secondary activities, and tertiary activities? The data of India for the last 30 years show that while goods and services produced in the tertiary sector and contribute to the most of GDP, the employment remains in the primary sector. It means the share of GDP from tertiary sector, but most of the employment also in these days we are getting from primary sector. तो एम्प्लॉयमेंट सबसे ज्यादा प्राइमरी सेक्टर से है और जीडीपी सबसे ज्यादा service sector se hai, that is tertiary sector. So we have seen what all can be done for increasing employment opportunities in the country. It means what is the requirement for the people so that we must be able to increase employment in which sector. It means we are able to increase the employment in tertiary sector. And also we studied the classification is to consider whether people are working in organized or unorganized sector. How much and which sector is important, either the organized sector or unorganized sector. So most of the people, they are working in which sector and protection is necessary for them. Most of the people, they are working in unorganized sector. Okay. So we also looked at the difference between private and public sectors. We studied private sector, it means owned by individual persons, and public sector, it is owned by government. Okay. So why it is important for public activities to focus on the certain area? What are the public facilities? We have to provide each and everyone who is the poor section of society. In what way we can provide the service to everyone who is poor? This is a concerning point. After some of the chapter, we have to think, we have to conclude in what way we should and we can provide services, facilities to everyone, especially for the poorer section of society in the terms of health, education, banking, loan, subsidy, and other many more facilities to increase the economy of the nation. And also we have to protect the casual laborers in the urban areas and landless laborers in the rural areas. This is the need to give protection for their job security, for their wages, incentive, medical facilities, and other allowances. Okay. Thereafter, I hope you have to complete your written work from this chapter. You have not to write question number one, fill in the blanks. Second, choose the correct option. Match the following. Question number four. You have to start your writing work in this exercise from question number 6 to 13 you have to complete, and thereafter if you consider this is a necessary question you can write, otherwise you can leave. But remember that already you have written in your notes. In this situation you can leave it, otherwise you have to write each and every question. Okay, so I hope it is very clear. If any doubt, any query, you can ask me. So please tell me, respond me, is it clear? बोलिए बोलिए, आप लोगों की आवाज नहीं आ रही. ओके ओके ओके, yes. So now we will study money and credit. Just today is the introductory part. When we talk about the money, certainly money is very familiar term, because every day we are using money. From morning to evening we are using money. We sell something and also we are purchase something from the marketplace, whatever the requirement in our everyday life. You know, if the availability of money, it means money is not available in the environment, in the system wherever we are living, how we can afford each and everything which is required in our everyday life. Imagine that. ये कल्पना करिए, imagine करिए, if there is no money, in what way we can purchase something, in what way we can fulfill the basic need of human. Do you know something? Anyone can reply. Imagine that if there is no money in the form of currency, in the form of coin, so how you can survive your life? How you can fulfill your needs? Yes, Juha Jakir. Yes, yes, yes. Reply, Juha Jakir. Padamnab. Okay. Abhay Pratap, just he is answering exchange goods. Okay, very good. Exchanging different goods. So it is easier. Please tell me. That is easier. You are able to exchange goods, whatever you need and whatever someone is want to sell or require. कौन क्या खरीदना चाहता है, कौन क्या बेचना चाहता है. It is easier to exchange goods immediately whenever you require, you need. जैसे ही आपको नीड होती है, क्या ये इजी होता है कि आप बेच सकते हैं, खरीद सकते हैं? नॉट इजियर. वेरी गुड. जस्ट यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड बाय दिस एग्जांपल. Someone, this is the person. Okay, so you know this is a person, and you know, okay, he is shoemaker. ये कौन है? Shoemaker. Okay, my drawing is not good, that's why you can understand. He is shoemaker. ये कौन है? Shoemaker है. And someone and few people in the surrounding area. Okay, someone just hold, also this is the person, and holding wheat. इनके पास क्या है? wheat है. You are looking it? Okay, ये आउटर जा रहा है. Okay, just I am calling a name. Imagine a name. Second person, that is the first person, and second person name Aman. Okay, he has wheat, and third person, that is Rohan. he has rice. Okay, so you can understand very well the person that is who is shoemaker is willing to sell their shoe. It means ये क्या करना चाहता है, ये अपने शूज को बेचना चाहता है. Okay, sell shoes and he wants wheat. और ये क्या चाहता है कि हमें wheat मिल जाए. Okay, but the person he is he hold wheat and he want to sell wheat, but he doesn't want to buy shoe. इसके पास wheat तो है, get it, he has wheat, a lot of production are there, surplus production in the fields, and he has a lot of wheat, but he doesn't want to buy shoes. लेकिन ये shoes नहीं खरीदना चाहता है. In this situation, it would be very difficult. The person, it means shoemaker, okay, searching a person who is willing to buy shoes. हमारे जूते कौन खरीदना चाहेगा, ये पर्सन ढूंढ रहा है. Just go to अमन. अमन के पास जाता है. अमन डिनाई, आई एम नॉट विलिंग टू टेक योर शूज. हम आपके शूज नहीं लेना चाहते हैं, बट आई वॉन्ट टू सेल वीट. लेकिन हम वीट को बेचना चाहते हैं. सो इट इज पॉसिबल हियर टू एक्सचेंज द गुड्स. रिप्लाई, यहां पर ये पॉसिबल है कि एक्सचेंज हो जाएगा इसके साथ में गुड्स. बोलिए नो, यस. So you can feel, you can understand how much it is very difficult to exchange the goods. अब क्या करेगा, the person who want to sell shoes, ये पर्सन जो अपने शूज बेचने जाता है, ये किसके पास जाता है, सेकेंड पर्सन और थर्ड पर्सन के पास जाता है, नेम्ड रोहन. रोहन के पास जाता है. शू मेकर आस्क टू रोहन, आर यू विलिंग टू टेक माई शूज, आर यू विलिंग टू बाय माई शूज, क्या आप मेरे जूते खरीदना चाहते हैं. वंस अगेन रोहन ऑल्सो डिनाई. रोहन डिनाइज, इट मीन रिफ्यूज, आई एम नॉट विलिंग टू टेक टू बाय योर शूज. ये भी मना कर देता है कि हमें शूज नहीं चाहिए, ऑलरेडी हमारे पास शूज हैं. ओके, बट ही हैज सरप्लस प्रोडक्शन ऑफ राइस. इसके पास एक्स्ट्रा प्रोडक्शन राइस का हो गया है, एंड ही वांट टू सेल राइस. ये राइस को बेचना चाहता है. ओके, सो इट मीन्स द पर्सन हु इज शू मेकर, जस्ट ही नीड, दैट इज द बेसिक नीड टू फुलफिल देयर नीड्स एज ए फूड ग्रेन्स. भोजन की आवश्यकता है, खाना नहीं मिल रहा है, इसके घर में राइस नहीं है. ही हैज नो राइस, नो फूड ग्रेन्स, ही इज नॉट एबल टू अफोर्ड 2 टाइम मील. इसका 2 वक्त का भोजन नहीं हो पा रहा है. हु इज शू मेकर, जो शू मेकर है. So you can feel that is very difficult to exchange the goods, and one by one in the marketplace, just he is searching the people who is willing to buy shoes. अब ये चारों तरफ भटक रहा है. सेकेंड पर्सन के पास गया, थर्ड पर्सन रोहन के पास गया, फोर्थ पर्सन के पास गया. हियर एंड देयर ही इज मूविंग इन सर्च ऑफ अ पर्सन हु इज विलिंग टू टेक माई शूज, कि कौन मेरे जूते ले सकता है. हाउ मच इट इज डिफिकल्ट, यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड वेरी वेल. ये कितना मुश्किल हो जाएगा कि एक व्यक्ति अपने जूते तो बेचने चाहता है, लेकिन उसको कहीं राइस देने वाला और वीट देने वाला मिल तो जाता है, बट वो लोग हमारा प्रोडक्ट नहीं खरीदना चाहते हैं. राइट. सो इट मीन्स विदाउट यूजिंग मनी, हाउ मच इट इज डिफिकल्ट टू एक्सचेंज द गुड्स. बट इट वॉज द बार्टर सिस्टम इन द एंशिएंट टाइम. But those days there was no introduction of currency, there was no introduction of money. In this situation also they had a lot of time, and they were able to search here and there a person, and they can exchange the goods one to another, to each other. Okay, but in the present era it is not possible. A person is not free to search the people who is willing to take my product, and in return we can purchase the product whatever we need. और जो हमें नीड है वो हम दूसरे से खरीद लें। आज किसी के पास इतना टाइम है क्या? नहीं है। इट मीन्स आज इमेजिन करिए, इफ देयर इज नो मनी, इफ देयर इज नो करेंसी, हाउ मच इट वुड बी डिफिकल्ट टू एक्सचेंज द गुड्स। तो गुड्स को एक्सचेंज करना कितना डिफिकल्ट हो जाएगा। इन एंशिएंट टाइम there was the introduction of exchange of goods. Most of the people, they have rice, they have wheat, they have animals, domestic animal like buffalo and cows, and they would exchange the goods to each other. It was very easy in those days. उन दिनों में ये बहुत इजी हुआ करता था, बट नाउ इट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट। और आज ये बहुत ज्यादा डिफिकल्ट हो जाता है बिकॉज ऑफ नो पर्सन is willing to search the people who is willing to buy my product. Okay, so money, if we talk about the importance of money, then we can finally say we can purchase the goods, we can sell the product whenever we are willing, whenever we wish. जब हमारी इच्छा होती है हम बेच सकते हैं, खरीद सकते हैं। ओके, सो मनी इज द मीडियम ऑफ एक्सचेंज ऑफ गुड्स। मनी इज द मीडियम ऑफ एक्सचेंज ऑफ गुड्स। इट मीन्स फाइनली वी कैन से मनी इज द मीडियम। मनी क्या होता है? मनी मीडियम होता है। ओके, दिस इज द मीडियम, वी कैन यूज इट टू बाय द प्रोडक्ट, वी कैन यूज इट टू सेल द प्रोडक्ट। हम अपना प्रोडक्ट सेल भी कर सकते हैं इसको यूज करके, और हम बेच भी सकते हैं। सो हाउ मच इट इज इम्पोर्टेंट इन द प्रेजेंट टाइम, आज ये कितना हमारे लिए इम्पोर्टेंट हो जाता है। ओके, मनी एज ए मीडियम ऑफ एक्सचेंज, जस्ट यू कैन सी योर टेक्स्ट बुक, द यूज ऑफ मनी spends a very large part of the everyday life. Really? Obviously, everyone is using money from morning to evening, whatever we require everyday life. Okay, so look around you, you would easily be able to identify several transactions involving money in any single day. If we talk about in the business, trade, commerce, shopping, buying, export, import, selling, these are the human activities in terms of economic activities. Really, we are using money. Okay, can you make a list of these? What are the things we are using money to buy and sell the product as a medium of exchange of goods? A long list you can prepare. एक बहुत लंबी लिस्ट आप बना सकते हो। Whatever you can purchase and buy the product from morning to evening by using money as a medium of exchange of goods. In many of these transactions, goods and being thought to sold with the use of money. In some of these transactions, services are being exchanged with money. Services also is changed and being used of money. हम सर्विस भी देते हैं, it means we are using money. Just for example, you need a plumber. Just you have to fitting of your water supply in your house. Definitely you need a plumber. That is the serviceman. The person who is plumber is giving you service by fitting water supply. Okay, in return you have to pay money. Okay, ऐसा तो नहीं है कि वो आपके यहाँ पर प्लम्बरिंग का काम करने आए और बदले में आपके पास में काऊ बंधी हुई है, घर में आप काऊ खोल के पकड़ा देंगे, भाई एक गाय लेकर के जाइए। नो, इट मीन्स इन सर्विस ऑल्सो वी आर यूजिंग मनी, नॉट ओनली द बाइंग प्रोडक्ट और सेलिंग प्रोडक्ट। हम केवल प्रोडक्ट को सेल करने और बेचने में और खरीदने में ही यूज नहीं करते हैं, बट ऑल्सो इफ एनीवन इज गिविंग अ सर्विस, जो व्यक्ति हमें सर्विस दे रहा है, डेफिनेटली वी आर यूजिंग मनी। ओके, so for some these are might not be actual transfer of money taking place now, but a promise to pay money later, and sometimes it could be seen we are not using money as a actual transaction of money for giving service, but also just we promise to give them later in the form of money, right? So have you ever wondered why transactions are made in the money? Definitely you are very aware student, because of you are using money, how to exchange goods, how to purchase goods from the marketplace. Definitely this is no wonder, this is no wonderful things for you, है ना? So how the transaction is made in the form of money, and the reason is simple. What is the reason? A person holding money can easily exchange it for any commodities service that he or she might want, to purchase or sell the goods, but thus everyone prefer to receive payments in money and then exchange the money for things that they want. Everyone getting money and return whatever he or she is selling you. In return, receiving money, whatever she or he wants can purchase immediately from the marketplace. There is no problem, right? And for example, he want to sell shoes in the market and to buy wheat. So this shoes manufacturer will first exchange shoes that he has produced for money and then exchange the money for wheat. Imagine how much more difficult it would be if the shoes manufacturer had to directly exchange shoes for wheat without the use of money. In the situation, if anyone is selling the product that is shoes directly by exchanging the goods without using money, how much it would be difficult. Okay, he would have to look for a wheat growing farmers who not want to sell wheat but also want to buy the shoes in exchange. Okay, and exchange, so that the both parties have to agree sell and buy each other commodities. So exchange of goods would be able when both parties, necessary point, when both parties have to agree to sell and buy to each other commodities. A transaction, it means barter system, that is the exchange of goods would be able when both parties would be agree to sell and buy the product in the form of commodities. Okay, so this system is known as double coincidence of wants. This system is known double coincidence of wants. Very important thing. You can understand double coincidence of wants. Okay, move further. You know, double coincidence, it means both parties are agree to sell and buy the product to each other. That is the double coincidence of wants. What a person desires to sell is exactly what the other wishes to buy. In this situation, we have to finalize that a person desire to sell is exactly what the other wishes to buy. जो हम बेचना चाहते हैं, क्या other person, another party is willing to buy. Okay, and in a barter system where goods are directly exchanged, तो barter system क्या होता है? Difference between double coincidence of wants and barter system. Okay, in a barter system where goods are directly exchanged without the use of money, हम डायरेक्ट उसको गुड्स को एक्सचेंज कर लेते हैं विदाउट द यूज ऑफ मनी. डबल कॉन्सिडेंस ऑफ वांट्स इज एन एसेंशियल फीचर. सो डबल कॉन्सिडेंस ऑफ वांट्स इज द फीचर ऑफ बार्टर सिस्टम. ओके, सो यू कैन once again clarify it. What is barter system? Okay, do you know barter system? Barter system. Okay, just I'm taking your attendance. How many participants are there? 38 participants. Just wait a few minutes. Okay. Yes. You know, so we are discussing about barter system. Barter system when the goods are exchanged directly. Okay, barter system means when goods are exchanged directly. Okay, barter system refers when goods are exchanged directly for both parties. Okay, whatever he or she is willing to buy and whatever another party is willing to Sale. Okay, this is the exchange of goods directly. This is known barter system. Move further. In contrast, in the economy where money is in use, in any economy of the world, whenever we are using money as a medium of exchange of goods, money by providing the crucial intermediate step eliminate the need for the double considerance of want. It is no longer necessary for the shoe manufacturer to look for a farmer who will buy his shoes and at the same time sell him the wheat. So it means if we are using money as a medium of exchange, definitely there is no need to search the people who is willing to buy our shoes and return we are getting the wheat. Okay, but for that definitely we are using money in the form of currency, in the form of coins, any kind of form of the exchange and transaction of money. So all he has to do find a buyer for his shoes. It means in this situation he has to find first a buyer of shoes. तो सबसे पहले हमें क्या करना पड़ेगा? एक buyer ढूंढना पड़ेगा. It means both parties. There are two parties, buyer and seller. Okay. So both parties, either the buyer or seller, they have to get agreement to exchange the goods. Then the barter system would be successful. Okay. So he can purchase wheat and any other commodity in the market since money act as an intermediate in the exchange process. If money are used in the country's economy to exchange goods, to sell goods, to buy goods, definitely anyone he or she can purchase the wheat and other commodity whatever he she wants. जो कुछ भी वो चाहता है वो अपना प्रोडक्ट बेचेगा and immediately he or she can purchase the item, purchase the product, whatever he she needs. Okay. So since money act as an intermediate, it means we can say money as used as intermediate steps and exchange process. It is called the medium of exchange. So once again, I want to explain money. Money is a medium of exchange of goods. Okay, very important. Money is the medium of exchange of goods. Money क्या होता है? Money is the medium of exchange of goods. Okay, move further. Modern form of money. What are the modern form of money? If we talk about in the ancient time, what kind of money, what kind of coins were introduced in the kingdom, in empire, and whatever they were the rulers. जो रूलर्स हुआ करते थे उनके यहाँ पर कौन सी मुद्रा, कौन सी करेंसी यूज की जाती थी. So we have seen that money is something that can act as a medium of exchange in the transaction. Just we are using in our country, money is a medium of exchange of goods. And before the introduction of coins, imagine that before the introduction of the coins, a variety of objects were used as a money. So many other different kinds of objects were used as a kind of money. मनी की तरह बहुत सारे आइटम को मान लिया गया था जिनको यूज किया जाता था, बट इट वाज बिफोर द इंट्रोडक्शन ऑफ कॉइन. जब कॉइन हमारे यहाँ पर इंट्रोड्यूस कर दिए, नॉट ओनली हिंदुस्तान बट अदर एम्पायर ऑफ द वर्ल्ड वेर एवर दे वर रूल्ड बाय द किंग मोनार्क. ओके, सो अकॉर्डिंग टू द रिसोर्सेज एंड हाउ मच दे वर प्रॉस्परस इन देयर एम्पायर. राजा अपने एम्पायर में कितने प्रॉस्परस हुआ करते थे, रिच हुआ करते थे, अकॉर्डिंग टू विच they introduced different kind of object in the form of exchange of goods as a money. Okay, before introduction of coins and currency. And for example, since the very early ages, if we discuss very early ages, so Indian used grains and cattle as money. In our country India used as a form of money. There were two things, that is first cattle, and second one they used in the form of money food grains. Okay, grains, it means anaj. So there were the two things, cattle, जानवर, grains, anaj. It was used as a medium of exchange of goods in the form of money, cattle, and grains in ancient India. Okay, so thereafter came to use metallic coins, and so many rulers came to India, and also they launched due to the prosperous Hindustan availability of the precious, valuable things like gold, silver, copper, and other many more precious things. So they introduced in our country in the form of money, gold, silver, copper coins. Okay, a phase which continued well into the last century. And this phase, the introduction of coins made by copper, silver, gold, it was the introduction up to the last century. It means 20th century तक ऐसा चलता रहा. And when we became free, और जब हम free हो गए from colonial government, colonial rules, then we introduced authorized currency along with the coins authorized by central government of India. Right. So currency, you know, we will study now currency. Do you know anyone? Currency, what is the meaning of currency? Please reply, anyone? Do you know about currency? Are you hearing me? पहले तो ये बताइए आप लोग मुझे सुन पा रहे हैं? Okay, so I'm asking you, what is the meaning of currency? बोलिए, ये करेंसी क्या है? Do you know? Don't know. Okay, I think you are not able to. Okay, another name of money is modern time. It means currency means mudra. Hindi meaning of currency, it means mudra. Okay, mudra, it means it is the form of money. Currency, it means form of money, and it is made by paper. Okay, पेपर, मेड बाय पेपर, कागज का नोट होता है, दैट इज करेंसी. ओके, सो मॉडर्न फॉर्म ऑफ द मनी इंक्लूड करेंसी, पेपर नोट्स एंड कॉइन्स along with coins also. In our country, you know, nowadays just you are looking and using the coins, 1 rupee, 2 rupee, 10 rupees, 5 rupees and 20 rupees coin. Okay, so unlike the things that were used as money earlier, unlike the things whatever we were used earlier in the form of money, modern currency is not made of the precious metals such as gold. आज का जो करेंसी है, it is not made of the gold, that is the precious thing, silver and copper. But earlier it was the form of currency made by metal like copper, gold and silver. And unlike grain and cattle that were used in ancient India in the form of currency, in our country in the form of money, that was the things, cattle and grains, they are neither of everyday use. So because of we are not using everyday life in the form of cattle and grains, and these are the heavier goods, heavier objects, heavier things, we can't use it, and it is very difficult to carry here and there. Suppose that if we assume cattle and food grains as a form of currency, and we have to purchase from marketplace something other, so it would be very difficult. First we have to carry a lot of grains, and in place of grains also we have to carry cattle, and thereafter we would be able to purchase something from the marketplace. It is very difficult, है ना? So that's why the modern currency is without any use of its own. Modern currency, whatever we are using in the form of paper and coins, there is not in the form of cattle and grains. So this is the modern currency we are using nowadays. Move further. Then why it is accepted as a medium of exchange? That is the currency, it means paper currency and coins. Why did we accept this paper and coins in the form of money? हमने इसको मनी के फॉर्म में क्यों यूज किया है, क्यों एक्सेप्ट कर लिया है एज ए मीडियम ऑफ एक्सचेंज? It is accepted as a medium of exchange because the currency is authorized. Currency is authorized by the government of country. Very important term. This currency is authorized by government of India. Government of India, right? You know, currency, that is the paper. Not only it is a paper now, whenever it is authorized and the value is given by the central government of India in the form of numbers, like that paper, value of 10 rupees, 20 rupees, 50 rupees, 100 rupees. So these are the values of that paper. उस पेपर की ये वैल्यूज होती है, एंड हु गिव्स द वैल्यू ऑफ दैट पेपर? ये पेपर की वैल्यू कौन देता है? गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया. इट मीन्स ईच एंड एवरी करेंसी, आइदर द 5 रुपी, 10 रुपी, 20 रुपी, 50 रुपी, 100 रुपी, 500 and 2000, it is authorized by central government of India, then it is considered money. उसके बाद इसको मनी कहा जाता है. ओके. So in India, the Reserve Bank of India issue currency. And next question, who issues currency? Currency को issue कौन करता है? It means Reserve Bank of India issues currency notes on behalf of the central government. On behalf of the central government. Not only the Reserve Bank is allowed to issue directly without authorized central government, is not allowed. So before, the Reserve Bank of India has to get permission, it means authorized by central government, and thereafter they can launch, they can introduce, they can publish or print the currency, and thereafter they can apply or introduce among the society by authorized central government. Okay. As per Indian law, so this is the law. According to the act or law, no other individual or the organization is allowed to issue. Okay, student, now it is over, and thank you so much. Have a nice day.